Buckle in because this is about to be a deep dive into Bonnie B. I'm not going to call her by her OF name. I just couldn't be bothered. Now, you might or might not already know who Bonnie B is, but let's just say everyone has their own opinions, and we're going to go through what mine are today and the videos that I have found on social media that honestly have made me question so many things. Now, I just want to preface by saying that these are all my opinions, and all of the videos I'm showing today are already on social media platforms for yourself to see. So it's out there in the big wide world web. I personally do not agree with this industry. I believe that it does objectify women. This first video is disgusting.
Do you think it's okay that men cheat on their wives with you?
100%.
Why?
Because women are lazy. If you ask the average person, when's the last time your wife went down on them? They're going to say it's ages ago. The other thing with women, they want women's rights and they want things equal. But then they're the ones that want the bills to be paid for. They expect their guy to go and earn more money than them. Then they also want that guy to come home, clean the house, look after the kids. So it's like you can't expect someone to do all of that and then you're not even going to do the bare minimum, which is go down on them. So when they're not doing that, I offer it free.
Or do you think that's okay?
Well, yeah, it's a service they deserve.
So do you think that you're saving marriages by sucking cocks?
Yeah, because then they're not having like an affair, like an emotional connection with someone.
Well, it is an affair though, isn't it, really? Would you cheat in a relationship?
Possibly.
Oh my god, like, I just can't help but laugh because there's no way that she actually thinks like this. There's just no way. Okay, so firstly, she's saying, yes, it's okay for ex-wife partner to cheat if they're not, getting their needs met intimately. And it's like, why do you think that relationships are only based on intimacy and I guess nothing else matters? So if they're not getting intimately stimulated or whatever, then it's okay for them to seek that from other people and cheat on their significant other. Now, to me, that is far from okay unless both parties mutually have had a conversation about it, they've communicated to one another and said, look, this is okay, I agree, you can do this, we can do this, it's an open relationship, whatever. But if the other person in the relationship is not aware of the behaviours that this person is doing, if they're cheating on their significant other, and keeping it from your partner is disgusting. It just irritates me because I'm like, there's so much more to relationships than just intimacy. And I do agree, it is important, but it's not the whole relationship. I like to have fun, I like to giggle, I like to laugh, I like to do dumb things. I like to go eat yummy food and spend quality time together. Now, every single person's relationship is so different and their needs are different. But if your whole basis of your relationship, in my opinion, is based on intimacy, I just don't think you really have a relationship, because you could get that from anyone and it won't mean as much. To say that all women want things to be equal and, they expect their partner to go and work and then come home and help with the kids and chores and things, why is she just assuming that women aren't going to work as well? Do you know what I mean? It's like she's assuming that in these relationships, it must be the man's going to work, he's not getting pleased, and then the partner expects them to do everything and yada yada yada. Sorry, last time I checked, a relationship is both put their effort in, and it's so important to communicate your needs and wants in a relationship and be on that same level and understanding. So I just don't agree with her. When she said it's a service they deserve, are women here to just please men? Sorry, like, did I perceive that correctly? I'm just genuinely confused. And when she says, oh, it's better than them having an affair, an emotional affair.
Shut up, Meg.
So let me get this straight. Cheating on your partner is only cheating if they're doing it emotionally. Yeah, okay. I know who I'm not listening to or taking advice from. So let's go on to the next video.
Have you slept with a father and son at the same time?
Yes, yeah. I think that's brilliant. Like, to have that much of a good relationship with your son, or, you know, for the son to have that much of a good connection with their dad, I think it's fantastic. Too many people, especially 18-year-olds, I know when I was at school, would argue with their dads or wouldn't have a good relationship with them. I think to have that much of a good relationship that you can come with your dad to sleep with me is fantastic.
Yeah, see, this is where it's either you and me are on a completely different page, or it's just generations, because I think the father needs his head kicked in for that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I know you think that, but I think that is one of the most outrageous things I've ever heard, and he needs his fucking head checking.
The dad is just a guy himself, and if he wants to be pleasured and have fun in the bedroom, he deserves that as well. So,
With his son.
yeah, so I think why not?
That's
if you've got a good connection.
Fucking nuts.
Nah. It's almost like she's trying not to laugh in the video. Like, I shit you not. It looks like she's trying not to laugh. I can't take her seriously. She's got to be taking the piss. Because, mate, there's no way that a person thinks like this. It's got to be like rage bait, or like, you're pulling my leg. Let's go on to the next video.
What was it like after cleaning up after bang?
Messy. Hundreds of condoms, boxer shorts, tops, stained bed sheets, wet bed sheets.
So even when you hear, you know, that she slept with 158 guys in 2 weeks,
It's just part of a job and that's it.
so you don't have any kind of, you know, emotional response to it.
At first I did, but not anymore.
Bonnie, when you told your parents what you do, how did that conversation go?
I actually didn't tell him. A video got leaked. I would have always told him. I'd only just started, so I wasn't ready to explain why I've chose to do this job.
I was gutted at first, I really was. It was shock, but it was just a shock because it's something I never thought she would do.
What has Bonnie achieved doing it in your eyes?
Well, where are you going next month?
Yeah, we're going on a really nice holiday.
So her making all that money, how has it affected you?
We've had nice holidays and nice gifts, but that doesn't bother me. She's happy, so I'm happy because she's happy. If she wasn't happy, but she's happy, she's safe, making lots of money.
Guys, it's just part of the job. Like, have my mum come in, clean up after me. Yeah, it's normal. And did you realise, like, when the mum was like, oh, she's happy. Yeah, that's all that matters. She's safe. Yeah, she's so safe. Like,
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
she seems happy about it because she's getting a cut from it. She gets on all these holidays. Did you see her face light up when she's like, oh, I've been on these nice holidays, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, it's the money talking, because, like, I'm sorry, but if your daughter starts to do this and you've been totally blindsided and you didn't know and you saw it online or whatever, oh, mate, I don't know. Let's go on to the next video.
So last year I sat with 122 college boys at spring break, and it was so much fun. But I don't want to keep making things about numbers. And I've also realised I've got like an obsession with bringing families together and pleasing both dads and sons. And in America, tuition fees are very expensive. So whichever college boy gives me the best orgasm, I would like to give back by paying for their college tuition. So that way I'm pleasing the daddy because they haven't got to, work so hard and put so many savings aside. And, me and the son are going to have a lot of fun. And also the guy with the smallest penis at spring break, I'm going to pay for his college.
Yeah, thanks, Bonnie B.
Oh, okay.
Really doing God's work. I don't know what to say. Like, it's just, it's a joke. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to sound like prude or whatever, but I can't take people who work in this industry seriously, who do like OF or whatever. You're pretty much objectifying yourself to make money, and your digital footprint is on the internet forever. Like, if you one day decided, oh, actually I don't want to do this anymore, you can delete all the videos, photos, all you want, but like some other account could have just made a spam account with all of your photos and videos, and it's there forever for anyone to see, pretty much. Isn't that scary? Like, that's scary to think about. all your private parts online forever for anyone to see, pretty much. Let's go into the next video.
What does your dad say about it?
Honestly, he loves it. Like, obviously, he doesn't sit watching the videos, but like all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at. And he's just proud seeing how happy I am, how much I've been able to support the family. And it's like, it's really changed my life and my family's life. I've got these stamps and it says like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
Oh my god, that's so like normal, right?
No! Hell no!
Like, I hope that he wouldn't watch the videos. Are you serious? Like, let's go on to the next video.
What's your favourite type to sleep with? Like the dad or like the brother or the like son? Like how, like which one's your favourite?
I'd say one of my favourite ones was I did a dad and the son.
That's crazy.
So he came
together.
So I didn't know if that was too. I didn't know what the rules was on that.
Oh, yeah.
So he came with his dad and I thought, is his dad going to tell me off? But no, his dad was jealous because I'd slept with his son a few days before.
Okay.
And then he came back and was like, we want to do it as a joint experience. Like, we want a bonding time together.
Oh, that is funny.
And I was like, 100%. But I was like, I don't know what the rules are. So I was like, I'll do one at a time.
Yeah.
So I did the son, had his liquids on my face. I then went and slept with the dad next door.
I am disgusted.
I have nothing. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Let's go on to the next video.
Barely legal 18-year-olds.
Giving women like Bonnie Blue a platform contributes to violence against women and girls. Literally makes me sick to my stomach.
The fact that she wants to be a willing participant is
So much deeper than rage bait. It contributes to the objectification of women. What if a teenager sees that and was like, yeah, feminism, go her. I'm so scared for the future as this stuff is getting normalized. Like
100 men, 23 men, whatever. It's just making me feel so deeply uncomfortable.
she likes young boys, but she's waiting for them to be of legal age so that she don't end up on the kiddie filler register. If a man was to do the same, what would you be saying? You'd be calling him a predator, no?
I mean, I'm convinced the woman's frontal lobe isn't fully developed. In her own words, by the way, barely legal. Blech.
Brags about sleeping with hundreds of men in a day. She thinks that men have every right to cheat on their wives.
How can women do this to their bodies, then go online and proudly speak about that?
The way that she glamorizes it is so incredibly dangerous for women. The love of money and greed is just as dangerous as lust.
Her beliefs are harmful towards women.
Yes. My biggest issue, one of them, is that young, influential women, girls, are seeing that her do this and think, I want to do it, oh my goodness, I want to make so much money, blah, blah, blah. The stats for, like, the averages of making money on OnlyFans, I'll put it on the screen so you can see as well, but we'll quickly go over that. So according to this website called Social Rise, there's a heading that says, how much can you make on OnlyFans? Now, it says, on average, OnlyFans creators make from 150 to 180 each month. This sums up to about 2,000 per year. However, this is just an average. Some people make way less, while others make more. Plus, after taxes, the figure reduces further. And it further mentions, just know that the OnlyFans income distribution is massive. The top 1% of creators earn about a third of all the money on the platform. Meanwhile, creators in the top 10% take home nearly 75% of the total OnlyFans earnings. I don't know much about OnlyFans and the statistics, so I had to look up this site. But it would be interesting to do like a proper deep dive into all of that, because you see all the women who do this and they make a lot of money, but you don't really hear about the women who don't make a lot of money. The other good point of discussion is, if the roles were reversed, if a male was saying, I am looking for barely legal 18-year-old women, we would be like, what did he just say? If the roles were reversed, oh my goodness. Just imagine. And it's hypocrisy at its finest, because if it was a male, I'm telling you now, there would be a lot of people outraged. Like, why is it any different than this woman saying that about 18-year-old boys, pretty much? Because to me, like, an 18-year-old, they haven't fully lived yet. Like, they're so young. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't think it's right at all. So let's watch a video of a woman who's expressing that she has regretted doing OnlyFans. It is sad to see, and it's scary to think we do have a digital footprint. The things that we post are generally online forever. So let's watch the video now.
I did OF and I regret it badly. I'm really outing myself here, but maybe this video will help some people. I did OF for about 3 months. I'm just going to tell you some things that might help you if you're considering doing it. I think a few things that you should consider first is, are you willing to put in the time to do this? Are you willing to be cringe, and also setting boundaries for yourself, because it's so easy to start getting some money and just going past what you're actually comfortable with. That and Paul and all these creators glamorize OnlyFans, and a lot of young girls think, oh, it's going to be so easy to make money. But in reality, if you don't have a following, it's a fucking grind. You have to be all over all the social media platforms at all times. You have to be on Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. You have to be talking to people on the actual app itself. So it is a full-time job in itself, and I was working at the time and I was struggling to fit it all into my day. So I think another thing would be to set time in the morning or the afternoon when you want to talk to people, because you want to make money and you just start getting, you know, it starts getting out of control talking to people all day long. You will do some fucking cringy ass shit. So I signed with an agency towards the end, and they kind of took all rights of my OF, and they were making me do some cringy TikToks that just did not sit right with me. So I think like after doing that was when I was like, this is actually not who I am and not who I want to be on the internet at all. I will be honest with you though, I did it from the end of April until early August, and I think I made about 10,000 Australian dollars. So you can make money on there if you want. I could only commit my time part-time, but if you're doing it full-time and you really wanted to make money, then, you know, you just have to consider all these other things, like, is it who you want to be? Is it in line with, you know, who you are? Reason that I did it is because I wanted to move overseas and I needed an online job that I could do anywhere. So that's why I just hustled for that small amount of time, and I wanted to do that. But I wish I had thought about it much harder than I did, because I regret it and I wish I didn't do that. It was a weird part of my life. And also, don't be surprised if people that you know sign up to your OF. I think I got maybe 120 subscribers in that time that I did it, and you'd be surprised. A lot of them are people that you used to work with, people that you used to go to school with. Don't always believe things that you are seeing online. All of these people on TikTok are doing these cringy videos to go viral, and you're falling for it, and you are sharing it, you're commenting on it, and you're making these videos go viral. I think you know the girls that I'm talking about. And yeah, they're killing it. They're making a lot of fucking money because people are curious.
It's just sad, and I feel bad for the women and men who decided they actually don't want to do it anymore, and now they've got that on the internet forever. Let's go on to the next video.
Do you want kids?
I think so in the future, yeah.
Are you going to tell them what you do, or are you going to, or did, are you going to let them find out?
I'll tell them.
Okay.
Like, obviously everything's online.
Yeah.
They'd find out regardless.
Right.
And I just think that we brought up, and sex is becoming less and less taboo anyway.
That's
like
true.
OnlyFans a few years ago was like, if you do that, like, you are a prostitute.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like, everyone's a lot more open to it. And like, yes, they'll probably get picked on, but if you're too pretty at school, you get picked on.
Yeah.
If you've got too much money, you get picked on. If you're poor, you get picked on. So it's like, no matter what they do, they're probably going to get picked on anyway.
Yeah.
So it might be for a good reason.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm in my prime, so the videos are good.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Exactly.
Do you get a lot of hate comments on your stuff?
Oh, loads.
Really? Does it affect you or not
no,
really?
because like loads of it is like not relevant. It's always middle-aged women that have either probably
they know their partner would like to cheat with me.
Yeah.
And that's not really my problem.
No,
It's
fair.
a them problem. It's a you problem.
That is a you problem.
That's a you problem. And yeah, the comments will just be like on the way I look, or which is funny because some of the people that you can see their profile picture sometimes. I'm like, in the nicest way possible, like even if you cover yourself in bleach, you're still not going to look clean. So I'm not really insulted by you.
What did I just watch?
I'm side-eyeing you so hard right now.
No, this can't be real because I did not just watch that. There's so many things that I just can't deal with that one video. So firstly, the thing that I don't understand is, you know, we are beings. We do crave intimacy, okay, with our partners. But it's one thing to have intimacy with our partners and another to put a camera up, film it, post it online, and make money from it. They're two different things, okay? No one's saying that intimacy is taboo and not talked about, because it is. It's just like people generally don't put a camera up and film it and put it online for people to watch. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Secondly, saying that your kid could get picked on for being too pretty or yada yada is excusing the fact that your kid will probably, let's be honest, get bullied because you do OF. So you're saying it's okay because kids get bullied for other things. So it's okay. No, like that's actually not okay, honestly. And trying to like validate it and say, oh, but you know, kids get bullied for X and Y, so it's okay if my kid gets bullied for X. It's like, no, I don't think they should be subject to that. I think that is really unfair, to be honest. And thirdly, saying it's not your problem. If their partner wants to have an affair with you and that it's not your problem, you are openly talking about how you love to sleep with husbands or duos like son and husband. That, like, why are you so like comfortable and okay with that? Like, why do you feel like you have to service men so much? It's almost like you think we're just put on earth as women to please men. Last time I checked, I am here to do much more than that. Thank you very much. It's just objectifying women. Like, be so real. What am I seeing? And saying if you cover yourself in bleach and you still won't look clean or whatever the fuck you just said. Like, oh my goodness.
And I don't like any of you.
Let's go on to the next video.
But do you live in Australia?
Used to, but got banned.
You know, I was thrown out of school. I was fired from jobs. But I think that it's amazing that you are banned from a country.
It's a talent. It's golden buzzer worthy, I'd say.
Why did you get banned?
There was like a petition that started to say get Bonnie Blue banned from Australia because she's sleeping with people that are underage, they're not consenting, and they're under the influence. This petition got over like 25,000 signatures. And yeah, they decided to take my visa away.
Thank the heavens. Good riddance. I don't want it in this country anyway. And a lot of us agree on that. Our young, barely legal, in her words.
I'm on the hunt for barely legal boys, but I've heard that barely legal girls taste super sweet and are super tight, and I need to try this for myself.
Boys, men, will not be subject to her ish. No thank you. Now for this next video, it is just disgusting. Like, can you please, like, have some respect? Let's watch this video.
The Five Guys employee who turned down Bonnie Blue's latest advances said that she never once asked for his consent or checked his age before filming him.
I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the Five Guys from? The Five Guys.
I'm a Christian man. I can take your menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame.
As you saw from the clip, he tells her that he's a Christian man, that he's waiting for marriage, and he also denies her request of taking her to a room in the back. Since then, this employee has taken to his Twitter account where he posted, "Bonnie Blue recording me at work was not on my bingo card for this year, but here we are, I guess." He also went on to say that at first he found it quite funny, but in hindsight, if she'd have done this to someone who potentially was underage, it could have spelled out trouble for her. But to anyone who's been paying attention to the narrative that Bonnie Blue spins and also the media's portrayal of her, like the age of the people she targets or interacts with tends to be part of her unique selling point, right? Like, doesn't she say she goes for barely legal teens? But in the wake of this incident, which of course is going viral, which I guess is what she was after, people are calling Bonnie's behaviour weird and saying that this is also a form of harassment.
If that's true and she didn't even ask for like ID, that's insane to just walk up to him and ask that. And to me, he looks so uncomfortable and he's like, "Sorry, did I just hear that right? Like, you're gross. Get a grip, please." I'm just bamboozled. The fact that she thinks she can just walk up to some random person and act like this, thinking they're probably going to be like, "Oh my god, yes, Bonnie B, I love you," or "Oh my god, yes, I wanna sleep with you." Get over yourself. Seriously. Let's go on to the next video.
Okay, 500, check. Oh, and if you see they look a bit wet, it's fluids. 600, done. 800, done. 900, done. The big 1000 was well and completely done.
Let's get a round of applause in the room, people. There we go. So 1,000 people
Yes.
in 24 hours. How do you feel?
Excited.
Excited for what?
Just like that everyone had an amazing time, I had fun. Because obviously part of me thought, okay, what if I do have to stop, or what if it does hurt, or what if people don't turn up? Do you know what I mean? But like the day has been a massive success.
Yes. Let's applaud her. For what? Like, be so real. And yeah, I'm sure the guys had so much fun, or like, what, 40 seconds to a minute? How's that even enjoyable? Because like someone did the math for it and they're like, yep, each person would have had anywhere from like 40 seconds to a minute roughly. But then she was trying to say like, oh, but they were coming in groups of them at once or whatever. So I don't know. But look, they're on a tight schedule to fit that in, and I don't see how anyone would enjoy it enough. You've got not much time to straight off the bat say, "Oh, there's fluids on these. Oh my god. Yuck." Let's go into the next video.
Day after the massive train of over 1,000 men.
Boom.
Number 1 out of 1,057 went in raw. Like, but yeah, I think like when you're in the moment from like the guy's perspective and they're getting excited, they just sort of forget. So it's not like an instant, I'm about to go inside, let me wrap up. But yeah, it just made me laugh how it was the first guy, because we knew it would happen, but it was number 1 that went in raw.
Sorry, are you getting all these people tested? Because what do you mean they're going in raw? Like, and you didn't even know? That is very, very risky. You could catch something. Let's go on to the next video.
It just gives us the name that we're only here to have with, and that's all we offer is. I think as well it's quite dangerous then for domestic abuse and stuff like that, because men then feel entitled to women's bodies. You know, if some girl watches that and is like, right, well, I need to be having sex with my partner, otherwise he's going to go cheat, then you're just having sex for his enjoyment because you feel like you have to do it. And personally, I think if you feel like you have to have sex with someone, like that feels like non-consensual to me. If you're just having sex because you feel like you have to.
Seriously, like, intimacy is meant to be something that you both share and enjoy together. It shouldn't just be to please one person because you feel like you have to do that. That just takes all the fun out. Like, what? I think that girl is actually in, like, that industry. But I agree with what she was saying there. Like, people shouldn't have to feel like they have to do something to pleasure someone else and not even enjoy it themselves. And objectifying women, like, hello. No one's entitled to our bodies but us, and that's the way it should be. But I just think that this industry work does not help, because men just then think they're entitled, and that is a whole nother issue. This next video is just like a meme. Like, I had to like throw it in here because it's just funny. Okay, just watch it, please. Thanks.
We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we got to go through it.
Like, if you're telling me that is the scene for when she did this stunt with all the 1,000 and whatever amount of men, to walk through that to get to her, the smell, guys, the smell. Nah, no amount, okay? I'm not. Let's go into the next video.
Do you rage bait? Because you obviously don't care about the people that aren't subscribing to you,
Yeah.
in the way that you don't care if they think you're a predator.
Mm-hmm.
So are you trying to wind them up so that your videos get more, get seen by more people?
100%. Half the words I use is because I've seen it in the hate comments. I think I'm going to use that to promote my next video. Like, as soon as I saw the petition, I used that to promote my next OF video. The start of my OF video is a screenshot of the petition saying, hey, come and look at the videos that are trying to get me banned from Australia. So half the things I do, yes, it's marketing, but it is also true.
Well, haha, joke's on you. Apparently we actually did get you banned. Honestly, I didn't want to give her even more attention by making this video, but I also thought it was really important to just share like a more awareness about this, because, you know, influential young women and women in general are seeing this and just thinking, oh, I can do this, blah blah blah. And I really don't agree with the industry. I know at the end of the day everyone is allowed to do what they want, you know, it's your body, it's your life. But I just personally do not agree with it, and I think there's so many things wrong with it. I really do, and it's sad, and I hate to see it. I really do. Let's go on to the next video.
Has everyone seen what's been popping up on TikTok this week with Bonnie Blue?
How could you miss it?
It's predatory. Like,
Yeah.
let's call it what it is. Like, going after like the youngest group of people in a demographic that you can have access to. Also, like, every time she says barely legal teens, it's this kind of like vultureness that, like, if the roles were reversed and it was a man only seeking young women, I think that's why people are furious about it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's so valid.
I think the issue with, like, especially having lads around this age is that it's such an impressionable time in their life where they're forming thoughts, opinions about sex, about women.
Yeah.
And I think going for them at this age is going to affect the trajectory of how they view women for the rest of their life. There was a quote, and I'm going to read it out because it's a bit shocking. I loved it. They loved it, and it made me rich. They're holding their IDs up. They're shaking. I can understand why they'd be nervous. They don't know me. They've just queued up for 8 hours on end. All they know is I'm videoing it, and they don't know what to expect. Getting a bag off, like, taking people's virginity, people that like are not that comfortable with what they're doing, and like they're too young to know.
In one of those queues, there was a father and a son waiting in line, and then also finding out that her dad knows what she does. Like Bonnie Blue's dad knows, and he actually hands out flyers. So you're basically enjoying what your daughter is doing.
Her mum helps clean up the mess.
Yeah, goodbye.
I'm speechless at this point in time. Okay, let's go into this next video. They're having a conversation about... you'll see.
The one thing that we saw a lot that none of us liked, but especially Bonnie, was the way they were trying to humiliate and degrade the men from the 1057. What's your thoughts on that?
These women that are sat hating, one, you've never met them. You don't know them. You don't know the reason of why they're there. Genuinely, stop sitting on your sofa, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling online, judging people you have never met, and you never know what they're going through.
I'm sorry, but just because you slept with these people, you think you know them as well and what they're fully going through? How can you sit there on your fucking bed and say that when... Do you know their life story? Like, did you divulge your whole life to one another before you got intimate? I'm a little bit confused. It seems a bit hypocritical, really. And in my opinion, it is humiliating. These men have just lined up for how many hours to have intimacy with this one girl that they're all sharing, really. Like, you're all having a go. I don't know how anyone would be interested in that. Do you not have standards? I'm a little bit confused. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you had a potential partner, in my eyes, let's just say theoretically, and they're like, oh my god, I was in that line, instant ick. Like, that would be so off-putting. Full offense. That's everything that we have today. So thank you so much for watching. Comment below. Let me know what you think, what you've seen, because it's, oh my goodness. If you want to join the community and see similar content I post weekly, please subscribe, join our community. We would love to have you here. Have a bloody good day. I will see you next time. Bye.